Pied Piper is an opera. That is a play which is sung instead of spoken. And it's a story about a town discovering what it means to care for one another. It's a story that involves an outsider coming to show people how to relate to each other better. And it's a piece that's made for a community to participate in, from very young children who are the rats, to older children who are the older school children who are led away, to the community itself, and this is made up from the various communities in which Victorian opera works, and the characters of the story. And I've added some more that are not in the Robert Browning poem. Rosemary Sprigg, the school teacher, Mr. and Mrs. Mayor, the town crier, and Beatrice Brittle, a lolly shop proprietor. So it's a little microcosm, if you like, of the world we live in.
And we also have the Pied Piper himself, who in our production is a Colombian. He's a complete stranger to the town in that he doesn't speak English, he only speaks Spanish, and he has with him a cat who translates for him. So it's a real, the stranger in the town, the Pied Piper, this person that's come from somewhere completely different, and he lures the kids away. We've changed the story in that the ending is a happy one and the kids come back to the town, as opposed to the fairy tale where they just disappear. So it's a happy ending for all. The rats go and the children come back.
Yes, I wrote both the text and the music for the Pied Piper. The text was written in about 4 days before Christmas. The music in about a month or 6 weeks after Lucia di Lammermoor closed. So it was a fairly quick process. The Pied Piper is a little bit different from the usual staging of Victorian opera in that it's much simpler, and it is acted for the most part by people who don't sing for a living. That is, children and adults from communities. So in that way, it's different. There's probably not as much convoluted and complex movement around the stage. It's we use in theatre a word called blocked. That is where people actually go on the stage, and it's blocked quite simply so that people can enjoy participating without a whole lot of rehearsal.
The set for Pied Piper has been designed by Candice McAllister, and she has done it in such a way that it's very easy to tour and easy to move around the stage. So it consists of 3 carts, which are about, I think they're about 3 metres by 1 metre long, and they are the 3 various places in the town. So we have the school cart, and we have the mayor's public platform, and then we have the lolly shop, Beatrice Brittle's lolly shop, and they spin around and show different parts of the town, and they're full of different things, so very obviously positions in the town. The set can be moved around by the choristers if necessary, but often just the characters themselves spin them on the spot, so it's very easy to tour. The costumes were also designed by Candice McAllister, and she has done it in such a way where all the community singers the adult community singers will all be in a palette of blues and white, and against that we have the principals, which are in much brighter colours so that they really pop out of the stage. The lighting is designed in such a way that we have this beautiful Australiana backdrop, which is beautiful reds and oranges and blues, and so the costumes really jump out of the stage. And then the kids are in their school uniforms or similar, and the little rats are in little black stockings and black leotards with little ratty ears. It's very sweet.
The number of adults and children for the performances in the regions varies very much on each place that we're in. I think in Melbourne we had something like 40 adults and like 25-ish children in total. I don't think we'll get that many in any of the places we're going to, but there's definitely significant numbers, and it's usually quite a large adult chorus contingent, and a fair amount of kids as well. Preparing the Pied Piper, the most difficult thing is probably just managing all the different elements that were going on in this production. So we had a large community chorus up the back of the stage, 2 separate children's choruses, and then sort of 6 or 7 different individual soloists all singing completely different lines. And there's one particular scene I remember that was just, it felt like it was going to fall into chaos, but it managed to sort of come together. So that was the biggest challenge, trying to get all those different elements happening at the same time.
We're touring the same orchestra that we had for the Melbourne season of Pied Piper on the regional tour. So we have a wind quintet and piano and a huge array of percussion. Richard Mills, who wrote the piece, was a percussionist in his early years as a musician, so he's very keen on having lots of variety in the orchestra for the percussion section. So he's written it it's virtually a percussion concerto accompanied by wind quintet and piano. But it's great to be able to tour the same orchestra, because often you need to take a reduced orchestration. But because of the way he's written it, it's a perfect size for each of the regional centres for the pits. They fit in the pit very nicely.
I think it'll be a great success in the regions. So we're doing it all around Victoria, and I'm really looking forward to working with all the different community groups and different kids and different singers in every town, and in some cases we're having different cast members singing different roles. So I think there'll be plenty of variety, and it'll be refreshed every week we go into a new place. So I'm really looking forward to it.